This episode of Inside Golf Podcast is brought to you by Inside Sports Network.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Boston Capital, Twitter, Steve, on the Hold the Green podcast.
All right, we are live. Tap in, birdie.
All right, Carson Young is here.
I bet Ludwig is 28.
Let's go. I bet
You
him
did too?
I bet him at 25.
Low sevens. I think there's some guys in here we like.
Harris English at 7,300.
I love Brian Harmon at 3.5% this week.
What's up, guys? It's producer Cam here. ISN is now partnered with Shorty's Golf. Shorty's Golf is designed to provide kids with the perfect introduction to the game of golf by offering high-quality clubs and equipment specifically tailored to their need. They offer custom sizes for various age groups, ensuring that the kids have clubs that are tailored to their height and strength. They feature fun, vibrant colors and lightweight stand bags that are easily adjustable. Each set features real stainless steel clubs, high-quality materials, and sturdy construction, making them long-lasting while providing a real golf experience. So go check them out, golfshorties.com. Use ISN15 at checkout for $15 off your purchase.
Good evening, everybody. It's your boy Capper with Twitterless Steve. We're here for the PGA Best Bet Show. Back at Quail Hollow. Went over it on Sunday night. Steve, anything changed for you for Sunday night, buddy?
We'll say that for a little bit, but no, I'm very excited for this PGA Championship. Obviously, I have some PGA Championship memorabilia behind me. Obviously, the 18th at Oak Hill, the flag there, and then yes, you got a stent. Yep, that's what you bring to this show. And then I also have right above me right there the greatest up and down in PGA Championship history when Michael Block secured his spot in Valhalla in front of a roaring Rochester crowd there. Yes,
it's my favorite piece. When you sent me that over text, I was like, "That's perfect. Please put that up."
It's history, guys. You know, I mean. It's right up there with the 7-iron that Sean McKeel hit at Oak Hill as far as great golf shots in Oak Hill history. So of course,
I know you don't do the DFS, but you know Michael Block is $200 more expensive than Phil Mickelson this week.
That's stupid. That's stupid. I mean, all right. So, you know, why don't we do our first bet right now? A prop I saw on Bet Online was they actually have Michael Block to make the cut or not. It was miss at minus 1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you want to put a second mortgage down on your house and bet that?
Man. No, I mean, I would, but no, that minus 1,000 is too much. I mean, look at the Celtics. The Celtics were minus 1,000, and now they're going to lose to the Knicks.
That's true. Do you want to spend like 2 minutes to give a little eulogy on the Celtics or no?
I give no fuck. The Celtics are my least favorite team. I only pay attention to them during the playoffs. Congratulations, Knicks fans. It's the first time a team's been relevant, and probably anybody who's listening to this your lifetime, and you'll probably get bounced the next round. Congrats. I don't care. Like, whatever.
All right. Well, that's you definitely do.
If it was the Bruins, it would be a much bigger deal.
No, you have definitely moved a podcast because of Celtics playoff games. Don't say you don't care.
Podcast. I never moved it.
You absolutely did.
When?
I can probably find the text messages from last year of saying like, "Hey, like, can we go at like 9:30? The Celtics are on."
The finals, yeah, but I don't like die with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get like legit like a Red Sox, Patriots, and Bruins like loss, like a bad loss, will stick with me for a long time. Like a Patriots Super Bowl loss, I would just get off of Twitter and like break my phone and not talk to anyone for like over a week. Same thing with the Bruins. Red Sox used to be even worse. Red Sox, I was like a legit maniac with. I'm surprised my wife stayed with me through 2003 to 2004.
Yeah, it was appointment viewing for you with the Red Sox every single day.
I watched 162 games a year.
That's in hindsight, that's crazy.
Oh, it's insane
crazy
behavior. Dude, so you remember like back in the day, the XM radio, like where you like travel with it, you plug it in, you like put it up on your dashboard.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We'd go on like vacation or something like that. And I'm like, I got to bring the XM. I got to listen to the Sox game. Bro, I did not miss a game. Like I did not miss a game.
How many games now do you watch a year? Like to sit down?
So since Mookie got traded, it's a hell of a lot less, but
yeah.
I mean, maybe like full sit down, less than 50.
I know. It's hard. It's hard to do it. It's a grind.
And I hate my ownership group. I don't like I don't like the people they brought in for launch angle. Like, I don't know, man. It like I rail on like nerds in this sport, but holy fuck, have the nerds taken on baseball and ruined it. Just like look the nerds with the Celtics. I mean, they shoot 9,000 threes instead of any twos because math says it works. Well, guess what? Math doesn't always work. You know why? Because every situation is different. A 3-pointer in fucking October against Detroit on a Tuesday night is not the same as a 3-pointer against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden on a Saturday afternoon. It's not the same. I know the math says it is, but guess what? It's not. And so that's my that's the shit that just drives me nuts about sports in general. Now, the only sport that I don't think even has it that hasn't been influenced by is hockey. It's the only one.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, well, they already did all the revisions after the lockout in like 2005. Like they made the goalie pads smaller. They changed the crease. They like put like the trapezoid behind the end line there.
Trapezoid's been behind for a minute, but the ridiculous. The goalie pads were ridiculous back in the day.
They were huge.
You find some 6'5" Swede and just he could sit on his ass and there'd be fucking a slot that you might be able to get it through. It was ridiculous.
It was like going to one of those like carnivals where they have like the inflatable sumo like costumes and you gotta fight somebody. Right. And those were basically the goalies back in the day. All right, that's enough tertiary sports topics. So you asked me, why don't I start with you? So you listened to my spiel on Sunday. I spent a lot of time on agronomy. There has been some course reports, obviously people commenting in the Discord about Quail Hollow. So I guess is there anything that you need answered or clarified, or is there anything that is still gnawing at you, or do you feel pretty good and confident about this golf course right now?
No, like things are gnawing at me. When the entire community is 100% certain something is going to play out the way it's going to, I have zero faith in that happening. And I get it. Like, it's going to be long. It's going to be wet. Like Thursday, Friday, maybe some of the shorter guys will be able to do it. And, Saturday, Sunday, the rough's going to be up and it's going to be bomb and gouge. But, man, it can't be that simple. It's never that fucking simple. It's never that simple. So it's killing me that, like, I put a futures bet in on one guy. We talked about it or whatever. But now I want to cash it out. There's no way.
Do that.
Oh, I absolutely can.
I know, but that you'll have a heart attack again, and I'll have to find a new co-host if you cash out.
But I think I'd want to go another way. Oh, we can talk about that when it comes to the bets. But as far as it goes, like I can never. I'm so just in my bones contrarian, and it's to cut my nose off to spite my face sometimes, right? I mean, it just is. But when everybody is swimming in the same direction, I'm like, this isn't right. Like, it's not right. Golf is too variant. There's too many things that can go wrong. And there's no way that everybody's crowned Bryson. Okay. Like everybody, like he's going to win. Why? Like, cause he won Korea and he did okay at the Masters and he has a bunch of top fives. Like, it doesn't mean he's going to win. Like, I don't know. It's just, it is scary, right? Like, it's because maybe he is, maybe everybody's right. But I have to think of another way to go this week. I can't be a part of it. I just can't. I might play him in DFS, but yeah, I think I might cash my bet out and just put it on somebody else and do something else. There's no way. There's no way everybody is hitting their future Bryson bet. What was that one bet we had with Bryson and he lost in that putting contest where fucking 90% of everybody we knew had him? What was that? Was that
Cantlay tournament I don't want to talk about? But actually, I will talk about that tournament tonight because it's semi-relevant.
Was it Cantlay?
It's Caves Valley. Yeah, the Cantlay.
Man, it was just a slow, painful death by 1,000 fucking by paper cuts. It was a fucking nightmare. And
yeah,
like, look, as far as like we said, this show is very binary, right? You win or you lose. That's it, right? There's no plays. There's no good ownership. There's none of that. So your bet either wins or loses. And with this many people on Bryson, I am terrified for it. And it got bet down to fucking 7 everywhere. Like everybody is on him. Everybody and their cousin, their mother, Ruth from accounting, whatever. Everybody thinks Bryson's going to win.
When was was this as popular as the Rom Torrey Pines outright back in the day?
Babe.
I mean, because you were hell-bent on that caching. You were so sure. Our old colleagues at SGPN were so sure. Of course, I took your take of saying, well, it's probably not going to happen. And, it can't be that easy. And then it did.
It was.
Yeah,
you're right.
I can't think of another unanimous. Well, you know what? There's another one. Bryson's actually been crowned before a major, and that was the COVID Masters 2020.
Oh, that's true.
Because
DJ
he had just demolished Wingfoot. And we were saying, and then you had the propaganda of, well, he can hit it to this fairway. He can take this out of play. Yeah. And that sounds all great until you put it in a couple wrong spots. And then, as you've seen, walking the property, you're screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get to all of those. But as far as I guess I'm starting to get the sense that, and I could be off base, but that people are looking at the conclusion of the tournament as far as who's going to win, the type, the prototype. Yep. Because look, we talked about this on Sunday. It's not just a Quail Hollow thing. It's kind of a PGA of America, PGA Championship thing where the guy with the length, the elite driver usually wins at the end. I mean, last few years, Xander, Brooks, JT, Phil, Morikawa was the oddball, but that was surrounded by a sea of bombers that honestly, if I had to go back in time and replay that tournament, I probably would do the bomber thing all over again, just like I did back then. Brooks, JT, Jason Day back in the day. So
I forgot about that.
It just seems like the PGA of America rewards a certain particular skill set. Most tournaments, it's long iron play, length. That's the ones that usually just win. However, that doesn't mean that's what's going to play out with everybody. And, as I showed in the Discord with Jack Shackle for basically confirming what we talked about on Sunday as far as the rough, it seems like it's going to be pretty playable, at least for the first couple of days. Yep. And that's going to maybe make it a little more open the first couple of days as far as a shorter hitter, maybe a guy with not necessarily short, but somebody with average length who's a really good long iron player can still play and still keep up. They just will lose the horse race at the end. So that's kind of how I structure my betting card. My outrights are incredibly volatile, but they have the special skill sets of what I'm looking for to actually win the PGA Championship. And then my positionals are guys I just think are good course fits that I think I got pretty good pricing on the positional market because they're just maybe they're not perceived as the quote unquote bomber but they have a lot of attributes or maybe under the radar attributes that I like for this place that I think they have a very easy, a very obtainable path for a good finish. So that's where my head is with that. The other course note I have is two things or a couple of things. One, it's rain buckets there. They've gotten 1.5 inches rain over the last 2 days. It's rained 5 inches since in the last 10 days. One thing I overlooked, they do have sub air at Quail Hollow. I'm not sure when they installed it. Might have been a couple years ago back in the renovation, but they do have sub air. That's not necessarily the reason why the greens are reportedly still firm. The more main reason is because these are still relatively new. Remember, they redid them last year.
Yeah, we just talked
and
about
they take a couple years to kind of soften up. So they're still a little bit hard and compacted. So these things are still going to be able to stand up a little bit. Also, if there's more Bermuda in the greens and the grass, they will absorb it more. So, it's the greens still could be playable and fast and firm. Fairways, though, there is sub air in the fairways, but kind of like with Augusta National, it's not everywhere. So it's still going to run pretty slow. That's going to lengthen up the golf course. It also is going to help too for the bombers that it's going to be very hot and humid. So the ball is going to really carry a lot further so they can carry all those bunkers a lot easier in those conditions.
But doesn't can't. I mean so I feel like that type of conditions helps everybody, right? It gives the bombers more of an advantage, but it gives the average guys a better shot too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but there's still some bunkers that are 315, 320 to carry, and there's only a select few that can do it in those conditions. So
that's fair.
But yeah, I mean that's basically my overall. I mean, DFS I think would be a much more interesting discussion tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there definitely is. It seems like everybody just wants bombers, no matter what, no matter if they're even good at golf or not. They just have distance. And probably there's a more interesting discussion around guys who might be a little more low owned. They don't have that. That are still good course fits. For betting, though, it's definitely more binary. It's more black and white. At the end of the day, I'm really focused on just guys who are going to win, and it's going to be an elite driver. That's just what's going to happen.
It's got to be.
So,
yep.
All right. Have you looked at the tip chart at all? Do you want to go over it, or is it probably just going to be
I haven't even.
It's Bryson.
I haven't looked at it. I mean, my guess is it's.
Why don't you not? Let's not even go through it. I mean, who cares?
My guess is it's Bryson, JT. Those are the top two, probably. My guess. Bryson.
Yeah,
JT.
I bet. Maybe Hatton's on the list. Minwoo probably like 9-1 because he's man hits ball far. I don't know. I don't see the benefit to going over it. Cam's not here either. It's usually it's more fun than when we go back and forth and play a game out of it. So
yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Then why don't we go top of the board then?
Let's do it.
So there's the big three, as they're going to call it. Do you remember, by the way, when there was the big 5 back in like 2001, 2002?
No.
Do you remember who the big 5 were in golf back then?
I didn't even. I don't think I watched golf in 2001.
Okay.
Dude, I was 18 coming out of Brockton, and golf was for fucking rich pussies. And I was literally going to the service so I didn't have to go to jail.
All right. So it was the big 4, and then there was another guy who joined in who was the big 5. So the big 4 was Tiger, Phil, VJ Singh, and they were basically winning everything.
Wait, who are the two after VJ?
Tiger, Phil, VJ, Ernie Els.
Okay.
Those were the big 4. They were winning everything. And then later on, turns out like 2004, Retief Goosen joined in because he was also starting to win a lot of stuff too. He's 2-time major winner.
I've never even heard that guy's name.
You've never heard of the Goose? Who are you?
You know who I am. I've told you who I am with golf.
Retief is a legend. My other buddy, Steve, loves Retief Goosen. Like anytime he was in the mix of the Champions Tour event, I would always send the screenshot. He would love that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, just big South African guy. So, all right. Well, we got the big 3 here. We have Scottie, we have Rory, we have Bryson. Okay. So I have the bet of all bets.
That's the best. First of all, Pepe, the best comment that's ever been put in our YouTube chat, and I just put it on the screen. That is 100% correct.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if anyone asks me a question in Discord, I usually just know right away how to get the answer. I just know it at the top of my head.
Little did I know when I texted him years ago, like, hey, you want to do a golf thing? You seem like you know golf.
Seem like I know golf. Oh, yeah.
Seems like you know a little bit about golf.
You had absolutely no idea what you were in for. All right, so I have the bet of all bets, guys. This is just generational wealth opportunity. Bryson 24-1. You can go to your which book is that? Oh, no, it's not there anymore. I guess I can't really count that. So no, I bet that in December, and I'm not a big.
Do you really have that? Fuck.
No, I really do. I really do. I bet I went on Andy's show. We talked about it. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. And I'm not a big futures guy, like with majors. I like to keep my options open. That one, I am very happy I actually did. That was a very good bet to make. It actually allowed me to put 3 other guys on my card that you're going to hate one, but I think you're going to like the other 2 that are shaky, but I can see it. But look,
this at this point, like anybody who's shaky, like I don't know, man. Like it is what it is in a major in a PGA. So I don't know. There's only so many guys who can win this thing.
Okay. All right. So let's scrap that though. All right. Let's say I'm sitting here right now looking at Bryson 7-1, Rory like plus 450, Scottie 4-1. Okay.
Yep.
You want to single bullet one of those guys.
Yep.
So let's first go with what can go wrong for both.
Sure.
For all of them. Okay. Bryson. What goes wrong for Bryson this week?
Irons. Approach play.
I would agree. That's a very great part of his
great
game.
putter, bombs off the tee. That's not a problem. Like obviously, he's probably the best. I mean, I know Scottie's been lights out with his putter, but long term, I think Bryson's the better putter on all three.
Yeah. I mean, you could make the case too that his approach numbers are just naturally suppressed because he gained so much off the tee. Like he's hitting so many more shorter irons that if he does kind of hit like a mediocre one, he's penalized a lot more in that category. He also doesn't have like a lot of longer irons or really gain a lot in the field.
Yeah, it's a smaller sample size for his longer irons.
It's kind of like we used to see this with Bubba Watson back in the day, where like he was so long and like he's a good iron player, but because he gained so many strokes off the tee, the iron numbers kind of just were meh a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the aggregate, it's still supreme. But yeah, like at a place like this, though, he's notoriously a better long iron player, Bay Hill, US Open setups, Masters, like stuff like that. So, but I would agree, like iron numbers just go awry. Like he cannot capitalize on these big, huge drives.
Yep. Maybe
he's also just wildly erratic and puts himself in trouble like he does like at Augusta sometimes. Yep. Maybe the putter doesn't work for him. But yeah, like there's a lot of avenues that can go wrong for Bryson. Yep. So, all right, Rory, what goes wrong for Rory this week?
Putter, misses left here. He's been in trouble there. He made that miracle when we cashed that Quail ticket when he was on the other side of the fucking goddamn creek on 18, and I about had my first heart attack. Screaming at him, "Why the fuck are you gonna hit that ball?" Okay. I was so bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's really it for him. I would feel like his irons are fine. He's putting better. His irons are where they need to be. His driver's still a fucking absolute weapon. And I think I am of the mindset, and look, this is completely subjective, is that now that he has that monkey off his back, like what can he do? You know what I mean? Like he could just fucking go off he's tied with Bryson, right? Is he tied with Bryson for majors?
No, he's got 3 more than Bryson.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got 5 majors.
Not Bryson. Brooks. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
Bryson's on the brain. Bryson's on the brain. Yes.
Brooks has 5. He has 3 PGAs, 2 US Opens.
Doesn't he want to body bag Brooks and make sure that he is like the best?
I mean, I think he probably looks at Brooks right now as like, I'm way past you. Like, when's the last time Brooks went toe to toe with Rory? Like, I'm just saying, like,
as far as like, but look at it, like the same thing we talk about, like with championships and like different games, right? Like 10 years from now, they'll look back at Patrick Mahomes' stats from this terrible Super Bowl he had, and it was all garbage halftime stats. And some asshole Chiefs fan is going to be like, "Hey, well, look at all the numbers. Look at the numbers. He wasn't that bad in the game." So same thing with the majors, right? I don't know. Like I said, this might be a stretch. Maybe I'm trying to make Rory want it more, but I feel like he's freed up from the Masters, and if he wants to really solidify, I think he's clearly the best golfer of this generation outside of Tiger, right? Like the next generation. If he got a couple more majors, like, would it surprise you if Rory got to 8 or stayed at 5? Which one would be more surprising to you?
I mean, probably get to 8.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just because it seems like we always get caught in the moment with these guys.
Yeah, you're fair. That's fair.
Like, all right, he like I remember when Spieth got to 3 in 2017. Like, I was having a conversation with friends, like, what's the over under? Because like at that point he was like what, like 23 years old, 24 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, like 8.5. Like, we get crazy with this stuff, and winning majors is hard. Obviously, he went 10 years without one, so. Yeah, it would be way more surprising to get to 8 than 5.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I would say probably it would be like Torrey Pines at the Genesis, where he's awesome tee to green and just has a bunch of 10-footers, just misses like everything that week. Yep. So yeah, like that's probably what goes wrong. Otherwise, though, I mean, it's Rory at freaking Quail Hollow, and it's
Quail Hollow. It's Rory, exactly.
Yeah, I forgot to make this point earlier. As far as like golf course setup, there's very little difference than what we usually see. Like literally, it's the exact same time of year, for God's sake, as when we normally play it. Like, we don't have any of that element to it.
Nope.
So there's very little I think that can go wrong for Rory. Well, it's Scottie though. What can go wrong for Scottie this week?
I guess his driver.
His driver.
I guess. I'm trying to think, like, he's great with long irons. He's putting his fucking balls off. He's gained like 7 strokes or more in the last couple goes. I don't know. Like sometimes his driver can get squirrely. I mean, that's about it. He's a little shorter than them. He's not like significantly shorter, but Scottie's scary. But I mean, he just broke the course record. But how much do we really take it to a TPC Craig Ranch? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. My thing would be driver. Like he never puts himself out, like crazy out of position with any iron shots, and his putter's good. So I mean, really, he's just going to get himself. The only way I can see him getting bogeys is like just being missing left, missing right, or something like that, and that's it. Like I don't see it if he's in the fairway. I don't see him making bogey. Do you know what I mean? Like so, I feel like his driver is the only thing that can hold him back here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like looking at his profile coming in, around the green has been a little worse than his expectation. It's still good.
Yeah.
But it's been a little below.
Yeah, but his expectation is he chips in like 12 times a fucking year.
All right. Well, I know. Well, my point is that's a minor nit.
Right.
I think if I had not bet Bryson already, I think Scottie would be the bet for me this week.
See, I'm going the other way. So I'm thinking about cashing the other way. Bet out. I think I'm thinking about cashing the Bryson bet out. I got whatever. I got 16 and 1. I told you about him last week, the week before, or whatever. And
why would you wait? Hold.
Because if everybody in their cousin
Bryson at 16,
because if I want a single boot at Rory, I'm not putting a 5 and a 16 on a card.
Okay, so this is okay. So all right, you know what? Let's just leave Scottie out of this. Like to me, because I can't bet Scottie. To me personally, like the only take I want to make about Scottie is like I feel like Scottie at majors, when you throw curveballs at him, that's when things go really wrong. And there's very few curveballs at this golf course.
There's no curveballs.
No,
but he's never played here.
So
has he? He played here once.
He played here the President's Cup, and he was whatever.
Oh, and he got smoked. Sam Burns carried his ass.
Yeah, but I think we were just saying he's not very good in team events for whatever reason. But he actually said something today about how he's coming in here and sometimes he over prepares, and so now like he's kind of freed up and not really worried about it because he's never played it before. Like maybe that's a good thing.
Take the wheel type of shit.
Yeah, like maybe that's a good thing. Also, he made comment about the greens are still pretty firm, and like if that's kind of a thing this week, you're going to want to be a great iron player from long range. That plays in him. But no, like there's no curveballs here, so I don't really worry about him like kind of short circuiting all that much. All right, so we'll leave Scottie out of this because you want to pivot from Bryson to Rory. You're that sure?
No, I'm not. No, the problem is I'm not that sure, right? So I think I've used this analogy before. So when you're at the published checkout and there's some hot stock or something like that, and the checkout girl talks to you about it, you know that stock is completely fucked. And you go look at the odd lot theory, and instead of big bulks from mutual fund companies, private investor, private equity, and things like that, taking up blocks of the stuff, you see trades at 24 shares, 48 shares, 72 shares. Meaning it's just some trader who doesn't know shit and is just buying it. That means it's jumped the shark, right? The information is no longer sharp. And I know this is not the same thing, but it gives me the same feeling. And the fact that literally everybody and their cousin is on Bryson, has already crowned him because it's long and straight and he's definitely going to win. And everybody loves Bryson now. I just can't. Personally, I cannot be part of it. I just can't.
Aren't people already crowning like Rory too? Like, isn't there like basically two kings?
Who's talking about Rory? I haven't heard. Granted, I haven't listened to much, but I haven't heard a lot of Rory either.
Yeah, but like, don't you think? Like, all right, but like, don't you think like the mainstream folks are just gonna say like it's like Rory's time? He won the Masters, Quail Hollow, like Grand Slam.
First of all, fucking the norms aren't gonna know that he's dominated Quail Hollow. Okay, like that's not.
They're gonna know by Thursday.
Maybe by the end of the week, but not right now. And yeah, I mean, think about the Masters when they rolled up, right? You would have thought everybody was on Rory. Who got the bigger pop on the first tee? Bryson. Bryson got
different. That's different.
It's not different. Those are the odd people. Those are the ones who are going to back him, and they're going to push the market, right? Like everybody and their cousins on him, right? So and this is 100% my contrarian thing. I could be 100% wrong. The whole reason I bet him at 16-1 is because he's a perfect course fit, and he absolutely should dominate here. But when everybody's on him, I'll miss it, and I'll wear the dunce cap in the corner.
All right.
So I am.
All right. Let's move on then. Let's go past these guys and talk about guys that if you probably missed the boat and don't want a single bullet, like let's give you some guys in between like 20 and 50-1 that are viable.
Okay.
So how about Jon Rahm?
Why?
Because I want you to expand on your take of that. You think he's just not the same guy. He's not your same.
I don't
Johnny.
think he's the same guy. He's not.
Expand on it.
What has he? So I referenced it on Sunday. Like he hasn't done anything since he won the Masters in a major, right? And he has all these top 10s on Live, but how do you quantify that? Joaquin Neiman's won 9,000 tournaments on Live, and he doesn't do anything in majors. Rahm was always, we even talked about it before he won the Masters, he was always a sneaky Patrick Cantlay type. All of a sudden, charges on a Sunday when he's 9 shots out, and when you look back on it, he was a T5 at a major, right? He hasn't been competitive at majors. He's been on record that he doesn't like this course, which is a terrible thing with Jon Rahm. I'm out, man. I just haven't seen it. 20-1. I'm just out. I think, like I said, I think iron sharpens iron. For whatever reason, it's not happening over on that tour, and it's just not translating. It's in his head. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. What if I told you? Let's go with what you said about him not liking this course. What if I told you that today, Jon Rahm said on Quail Hollow, this golf course is amazing.
Yeah. So that sounds like somebody who doesn't have the confidence and knows he's not going to play well, is trying to psych himself up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I actually can read that because what he said after that was he said, even though we've had some rain, the greens somehow stay firm. I'm sure they'll get them lightning fast for the week. So amazing could also mean like just wow, like this place is impressive that it could get that firm. Not this is just a great golf course that I love.
Yeah,
could mean that too. He did also talk about his PGA record that we talked about briefly on Sunday.
It was so weird. He's not good at PGA. It's so strange.
Yeah, he seems to think it's just a coincidence, which I would agree.
Listen,
but yeah,
a couple times is a coincidence.
Weird,
an entire career is not a coincidence. It's got to be.
It is odd because if we talk about these things that are kind of rewarded, like big power game, like long iron play, you would think Rahm would kind of be in contention a lot more of these things.
Yeah,
especially with
some of the places have a couple top 10s. Yeah.
And one of the top 10s was fraudulent. I mean, he definitely contended Bellerive, arguably one of the worst PGA setups they've had over the last like 15 years. But yeah, he has definitely underachieved. He seems to think it's a coincidence, whatever. He's fallen to 22-1. For me, it's my take with him because having the Bryson 24 allowed me to dabble a little more in this range. And Rahm obviously has the skill sets that would be required for what I think is ultimately going to prevail. I understand that's the bomber narrative, but this is just talking about wins, not necessarily the entire top 20 in the field.
Correct. Yep.
So obviously the great length. Kind of like Bryson, the iron play hasn't been quite as good this year. That is a demerit. So, but watching Live and just kind of watching him on that tour, I think I made this comparison at the Masters. He's a sports car that has like 4 really good gears. He tried to get the 5th gear and it's not there. And for me, that's out. It's out for me.
I'm with you.
So you got Xander also up there. Like again, obviously the course history is great. I consider him for a top 10 before I kind of just said, I don't know if I really want to deal with that. But I don't think he's ready to win right now. Like I still think he's still putting things together.
He's searching.
Point. Yeah, like he hasn't put together a full tournament so far, and I'm not going to back that for a win. So he's out.
What's his top 10's 2-1?
It's 2-1. If it drifts a little more, maybe I'll take it.
Not terrible,
but
you see that it's him, Scottie and who else is in the group?
Oh, Rory.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that the group of Pinehurst last year too? Wasn't it Scottie, Rory, and Xander?
Maybe. I'm bad with
I
that.
think it
shit.
was. So, yeah. So I didn't get there with Xander on an outright. JT. I don't know. I hit my JT outright at Harbortown. I'm good. So
Yeah, and look, I had him in the one that mattered last week. He's won here.
he has.
Playing well, putts well. He's long enough. I
Mhm.
mean,
What's
I'd
his
much rather bet-
top 10 price?
so if Xander's, my guess is basically the same. They're the same price, so plus 210, plus 220.
Okay. All right.
I don't mind that at all. But I'd much rather bet JT at 22 and Rahm at fucking 18 or 20.
Okay. Why don't we actually do? Maybe we'll spend some time right now to do some matchups then. So Justin Thomas is actually an underdog to Rahm at plus 110 or like plus 115.
All fucking day.
Lock for you?
All day.
Okay. What about, you know what? All right, fine. You seem like you want to fade Rahm. Okay. Let's do some Rahm matchups. Excuse me.
And by the way, anybody who's new, John Rahm was like top 3 favorite golfer of mine. Right. So anybody who's new who doesn't know, like I was a Rahm fucking stan. Would that be fair to say, Steve? You
were a soccer mom. It was like me defending Michael Block at the Oak Hill. Okay. All right. How about Xander is minus 110 against John Rahm? Like a football game.
It is like a football game.
Mm-hmm.
Xander scares me a little bit just because his course history he is so fucking good. So yeah, I would take Xander. I'd take Xander.
Okay. How about Sunday? I think this is your limit though.
All right.
Well, Joaquin Neiman plus 115.
No.
Can't even get you to do that.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. All right. I mean, we can talk briefly about Neiman. What do you think about Neiman? Like, I feel like this is
he's gonna show me, man.
He's got to show you.
He's got to show me, dude. He has
okay.
How many opportunities he had? Like I don't know. We talked about this like the last major. Like he's got the perfect swing. I was sad when he left, and he was a huge up and coming golfer. Could have been a fucking superstar on the PGA. Everything about his talent screams like should dominate. And then he gets to these fucking majors, and it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do? So, no, you got to show me first.
This is a very friendly setup, I would feel like, for Joaquin Neiman. You know, obviously with the length, it's done okay here in the past.
Yeah.
But no, like you're not getting any discount with any of the pricing here. It's insane for me to try and like say, okay, I'm going to put a 3-1 top 10 for Joaquin Neiman when he hasn't even sniffed it.
No,
his top 20.
He has one top 20. Does he even have a top 20 in a major?
He's got one top 20, and the best I can get is plus 135. Like, it's just, you know what? If I miss it, I miss it. I'm good.
Exactly.
I think he's super talented, but you're not getting any discount for it. So, out on him. Colin's sneaky from the standpoint of, we have some soft fairways. He has a good driving week because he is one of those guys that, you know, I mean, he's not super short. He's a little below average, but tremendous long iron player. Has at least a win. Well, I mean, it was on full tip eagle. This is more the hybrid tip eagle, so it doesn't quite count. But, you know, what if that's the guy who just breaks the narrative? I don't personally think so. I don't think we're going to get a repeat of TPC Hardin Park where it's just a bunch of bombers and then Colin just wins. But yeah, like a good finish for Colin, like a top 10. Like, I mean, it's freaking Colin.
I gotta figure out what to do with him for one and done because I still have him.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna save him for Murfield. Would that make sense?
Honestly, his top 10 at plus 250 is intriguing.
Because you're right. Because if it's gonna be long iron play and even mid iron play, like what the fuck happened to him last week? He just disappeared. Like just the same bullshit every fucking week with this guy.
Yeah, I think he turned into a house cat when the wind got up on Saturday. And then Sunday, like he made a little charge and he put one in the creek like 20 yards short of the green. What the hell was that? So
yeah, he's so hard to try. I don't know what the fuck. One and done is what I need to figure out. Because all right, so Steve, let's talk about one and done real quick before we go anything else. So because people do like the one and done stuff, everybody's gonna play Bryson because he's basically like 92% available, right?
okay.
Game theory says you should switch off of him. But
Yeah.
like I don't have Rory, I don't have Scottie, I don't have Cantlay, I don't have Xander. I got way too cute with Xander early, or I think his first tournament back. We had JT last week, so I have like Hovland, Morikawa, and that elk. So I don't know if I just go with the safe route and keep up because I'm in 100th. I'm like at 101st place in the big Mayo. So I don't know if I just do that to stick with the crowd and get different somewhere else down the line, or I try to get different here and then I can use Bryson at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll talk about Oakmont. I don't love Bryson. Like, I think DJ winning is going to skew a narrative that might go like a little too far with Oakmont.
Okay.
There's more mid to short irons at Oakmont than you would think. I know they've lengthened it, but it's not like it's not like some of the other U.S. Open venues where I think Bryson would have a big edge. But that's for another month. I mean, I guess it comes down to that. Like, do you want to park the bus and protect a little bit and take Bryson, knowing that you basically can only take him
one more time?
US Open, or
take him at the Open. No, exactly right.
So either now or
play him here, or I don't play him at all.
Or you'll play him at all, which I mean, you could do that too. We'll get to Hovland a little bit. That seems more like a play to if you're trying to catch up.
So just think on that as we talk. We can hit this at the end. You let me know what you think as we walk through some people.
All right. Why don't we talk about some guys I've actually bet then?
All right, come on.
In this range. Because I've bet 3 guys.
You bet Brooks?
I didn't bet Brooks. No, I said this on Sunday. You know what? If there is a part of me that is worried about.
I thought you would have caved. Situation. I really did. No. I really thought you would have caved.
No,
you caved to Cantlay, but you're not going to cave to Brooks. Gross.
I'm on. I think I'm on this take of just I do worry that like that was the last that
was it
big hurrah for Brooks. Like I still think he'll be relevant in majors down the road, but I worry that was it. So I'm not on Brooks. I went back to Ludwig at 28, and I know he's been a mess. But if I'm trying to look for guys with the prerequisite skill set of what takes to win PGA championships and what it's going to take to win Quail Hollow, he's driving it great, and that's a good start. He didn't have any form really coming into the Masters and still almost won that tournament. If he was right and he can figure stuff out, he is a fantastic horse fit for this golf course. And honestly, 28-1 and Ludwig has been kind to me already this year.
Yeah, for real. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
So, I know it's ugly, but I could squeeze it in considering I got the great number on Bryson, and he fits the blueprint of what I'm looking for to win this thing. So I thought it was a good number. It doesn't seem like, I don't know if a lot of people are on him. I don't know if he's on tip chart or not.
No, he's not. He's not popular at all. He's so low owned in DFS that it's like a pivot play.
Yeah. So I bet Ludwig at 28.
Okay. I don't hate
for that. You're gonna yell at me.
Did you go back to
it again? I was.
You're not going back to Brooks, but you're going back to this fucking scumbag. This is unbelievable. Like if you were my friend's wife, I would drag you out of the house and put you in the Ronald McDonald house. Like, you are not allowed to be around the abusive fucking husband anymore. Like, that's it. Like, you're not allowed. Like, that's it. I'm calling the cops. I'm getting a restraining order for you. I'm protecting you from yourself, and I'm putting you in the Ronald McDonald house, and the husband's going to jail.
Okay. Well, I was going to go with a different route for that joke, but I can't even top the Ronald McDonald House. That was brilliant. Look, here's the take about Mr. Asshole, Mr. Patrick Cantlay.
Unreal.
First off, with Narrative Street, seems like he's going to be in his happy place because Charlotte is a big banking town. This man seems like he loves his banking and corporate finance. Okay. All jokes aside. You want to go with another Narrative Street? How many times have I quit on a guy and that was like 1 week too late?
How many times have you said this about Cantlay? Is
That's
the better
true.
question.
That is true.
Question.
That is true. Didn't we have this same conversation about Xander 1 year ago?
I'm sure
we did about how he's a loser, can't get it done. And on paper, there's nothing really to suggest that he's not a good course fit for this place. We just think he's a loser, which Cantlay probably is a loser. He's going to let me down again. Cantlay has been killing it off the tee, driving awesome. He's got a lot of
putted great on Sunday.
The long iron play has been really good. He's had success on these hybrid overseas tip eagle surfaces in his career. The short game has been pretty dodgy, but it was 40-1, and it would fit from the standpoint of everybody seemed like he feels like he's a fucking asshole. And then they would think he's a bigger asshole if he wins when they're not on him after what happened last week. And he's got the skill sets I'm looking for to win this place. So
if I had $1,000 for every time you said you'd swear off Cantlay and then played him again, I would be a rich man. It's at least been 100 times. So Cam, if you're a good producer, I would like you to cut in the same old song at some point during this exchange. Okay. I get it, but you are such a glutton. It's insane.
I know.
How much you go back to this guy. It's fucking nuts.
I know, but to this man's point, compared to where we usually get Cantlay.
Oh, Cantlay should never be there. He shouldn't be there. He hasn't won in fucking forever.
Well, that doesn't mean he can't win. That doesn't mean he can't win.
He can't win.
You literally made the same exact argument about JT 3 weeks ago.
I know. I'm aware. I know. I'm aware. Okay? That's fine. You could put that feather in your cap. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's all right. Fine. But that's fine.
Okay. And then one other ugly duckling who has the skill set and the upside to win this, despite just being a fucking mess right now. Hovland drifted to 60.
See, I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
At that, see, I knew you were going to like two of three.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Hovland.
It's not even that. Here's the deal. If you weren't in such an abusive relationship with Cantlay, I might not hate Cantlay as much as I hate Cantlay for what he does to you. Does that make sense?
Is fair. Like, you have been a very soft place to fall every time this happens.
I'm like, come on, man. Like you can do better, Steve. Listen, leave, man. I'll help you. We'll get an apartment. I'll set you up. You can leave, man. You don't have to stay in that house anymore.
But what if he's changed this time? Okay. What if he's changed this time? No, back to Hovland though. Again, look, he has been a disaster. I am absolutely worried about his driver. That we texted on Thursday. It's not good.
No.
The one thing that's encouraging about his driving is that his distance has gone up.
Oh yeah,
every single week.
Yep.
So that is encouraging. The iron play has been tremendous. He's putting great. He's putt very well, both on these hybrid overseas tip eagle services and on tip eagle. Yep. So no concerns there.
Good course history
starts popping up. Good course history. Good on these types of courses at 60-1. And look, he had zero form before the PGA last year. Zero. And maybe these PGA setups are just a good match for him between Oak Hill, last year Valhalla, Quail Hollow. Yeah. Maybe he just thrives in these setups, and that's going to be enough of a confidence boost this week. And it's 60-1 for his ceiling.
Fuck yeah. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with 60-1 with somebody who hasn't mentally abused you and gaslighted you for the last 4 years.
So these are three guys that I was able to bet, along with the Bryson one, that have elite driving. They also have been in the mix at majors over the last year, so I know they can actually get there. And this just seems like a golf course that is just going to be a harder version of the PGA Tour version. And these three have won in those situations in the past.
Yep.
So also with Cantlay, by the way, going back to him, has won on a Fazio, has won at Cays Valley. Honestly,
he gave me a card on my birthday. He did. He made a dinner and everything. It was great.
This seems like just a harder version of Cays Valley, to be completely honest. Okay.
Unreal.
All right. Okay. So that was the outright card. The December Bryson future, Ludwig at 28, Cantlay at 40. There's a 45 out there if you really want to be a glutton and hate yourself. And Hovland, I got him at 60. He's on to like 55 now.
I think 55 is still a good number.
I think it's for if you're looking if there are, I know people are sick of the bomber narrative. It's what's going to win.
Hovland bombs it.
No, I know they're sick of it. And there's a revolt, I think, against that. Look, guys, that's just what's going to win. Okay. Then there's the other stuff. There's the other stuff.
For placements
and
shit like that.
If you're going to pick these guys, you're going to want to pick those types.
Yeah.
And those are the types. So,
and Pepe, listen, I know positional bets have cashed. It's not about him not cashing the positionals. It's about him hurting Steve for the last 2 to 3 years over and over and over again. And I hate to see my friend in pain.
Okay. All right. Who else do you like? So now that I've got my outrights out of the way, and you're just single bulleting. So we're basically done with outrights. So let's move on to like positionals. Who else do you like down here for positionals?
All right. So Patty Reed's getting all types of fucking love right now, right? With the course history and things like that. Do you really think he's going to do well here? I mean, you get a pretty decent fucking top 20 price. It's like 3 to 1.
Yeah, so I got him top 20 with a no dead heat. I usually don't go with the no dead heat, but this was actually a good price for plus 230.
Okay, so yeah, so I think that's a good bet, right?
Yep.
I worry a little bit about the steam, right? Because obviously he came off the good Masters. He always plays Augusta well.
Yeah, but he had that same steam at Augusta too.
Agreed. No, agreed.
And he played
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
so I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I don't like the Corey Connors theme.
I'm fine with Connors this week.
I don't trust it.
You don't trust it. Why don't you trust it?
I don't know.
Is it
he's got
Corey Connors puttering?
No, it's not even putting. Like it's just the sun. It's just the. I think I've seen him on my TV so many times on Sunday and just being like, please be fucking aggressive. Please do anything to try to make a birdie. And he doesn't.
Okay, but that's if you have an outright to win. But like, what about like a top 20?
I know.
Okay.
I get it. I'm just telling you why I don't trust it. Right?
Okay.
Because on a course like this, if it does play a little more difficult and we end up with a -12 to -16, then you can go backwards on a course like this. If he gets a little tight and he's, God forbid, he fucking misses the green, he's going to go around the green and then it's a guaranteed fucking bogey. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust it. What's the price? I mean, it's 3 to 1 too. I'd much rather a Sepp Straka. It's the same price. The guy is a top 10 golfer in the world, just came off a win, which he wasn't even on my radar, which I'm ashamed of. Like he should have been on the radar, but I mean, he's a little short, but it's not. How much shorter is he than Morikawa?
To Morikawa, they're about the same length. Sepp is about the same length as Corey. Sepp is about the same length as Corey Connors.
So if I get the same price on a guy who's won twice this year already versus Corey Connors, who only wins in Texas, give me Sepp Straka.
Do you want to do a charity bet?
Come on.
Okay.
Let's do it. We haven't had one in a minute.
We haven't had one in a while. Okay. Charity bet. I'll take Corey Connors. You take Sepp Straka?
I'll take Straka.
Okay. All right. Listen, I like Sepp Straka too. Corey Connors, pretty good in PGA Championship setups.
I'm betting him first. I already. So that's one of the first bets I have. It first round leader, Corey Connors.
Okay. Yeah. Good in PGA Championship setups. T12 at Oak Hill, where he was in I think second to last group.
And then what did he do on Sunday? Like I always say.
But he cashed that top 20. He got to a good start at Kiowa. Finished T17 there. I think
he was first round leader at Kiowa too.
Yeah, I think he was as well. He got to a great start at Kiowa. He was what? Was he final group of the Masters or second to last?
No, second to last.
Okay, so again, we think big length there, and Corey Connors been really good at Augusta, so I know he can do a big boy golf course.
I love Corey Connors. He seems like the really nicest guy in the world.
He's been really good at Quail. He's been really good at Bay Hill. He's actually been pretty good on these hybrid overseed tip eagle surfaces. Valero is an overseeded surface with tip eagle that usually has Bermuda start popping up. He's got the 2 wins there. Putts well at Players, putts well at Innisbrook.
Yeah.
Like putts well at Harbortown. Like he can handle these greens too. Like,
I was just thinking,
I don't think he's going to win, but I don't care about the Corey Connors chalk. I think he's super consistent and a good match for this course. And I'll take the plus 170 with no dead heat for a top 20.
That's fine. I've already laid the charity bet, but now that we've talked about it, Corey Connors is one of the biggest reasons I got into DFS golf and DFS betting.
Yeah. You also thought he was a bomber for years.
Right. Correct. But that's fine. So whatever.
Corey Connors bomber.
He Monday
literally
qualified.
for 3 years on this podcast.
I know. Listen, whatever. Fucking he Monday qualified, and I think I bet him first round leader, and then he wasn't. I didn't think he was available in DFS. I don't remember what happened, but Corey Connors was very close to the apex of why I started to get into the DFS side of it and the betting, more of the betting side of it. But either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. So Patty Reed, Minwoo Lee, no.
Yeah. I mean, look, like
It's-
you still have to be kind of good at golf.
Yeah, so fuck, I can't remember. Fuck, he's so funny in the Discord. He's a high stakes player too. And I'm sorry, I've had too many gin and talks. I can't remember his name. But he said, I feel like he just plays a hard putter from the fucking fairway. I'm like, oh, that's the best.
Yeah. How about your boy Terrell Hatton? What do you think about him at this point?
No.
I like him here.
Why? He hasn't
Why?
played well.
'Cause
He hasn't played well.
The driver's starting to come back a little bit. Iron play's starting to come back a little bit. He's putt really well on these types of surfaces. Good course history.
He's the only future I have. At fucking,
good course history on the comp courses.
Yeah, fine.
Played all right at Augusta. So how
Played all
about
right
a
at
top
Augusta.
20, how about a top 20 plus 170?
Oh, all right. I'm all right for that. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All these are positionals. It's not outright. These are all I've already laid my case about what I'm looking for. These are all the second place guys. So
Finau top 20 good. Keegan top 20 good. What about Benny Ann? Fucking good course history. Good course history here. Bombs it, putts it. Dude, you can get like 5-1. 5-1.
His putter's gone away.
You never know when it's going to come back.
That's true. And look, I don't get bet on right. When I bet his under,
me either.
Over.
Ever.
When I bet his overs, he goes under.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So I'll abstain from this conversation.
Fine. Okay. What about Keegan and Finau?
I like Finau better than Keegan. I understand the course history isn't all that great for Finau, but again, you're looking for guys that have the prerequisite skill set. The iron play starting to come
majors.
back a little bit.
At majors,
major
long off the
pedigree.
box, good iron players. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, major
played well last
can
week.
handle PJ setup.
His Sunday was great at the Truist.
Yeah, I think if you can get like a decent top 20 price, that's
I mean, you look
reasonable.
at like 4-1. 4-1.
There you go.
At a place
All right.
has great course history, in form. But wait, you don't like Keegan here? Why?
I don't know. Just I'm just not feeling him. He fell flat last week too. You loved Keegan last week. He fell flat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently I think he's with Maverick McNeely and Andrew Novak in a group. So is he maybe scouting them out instead of actually focusing on the tournament for the Ryder Cup? I'm half kidding.
I don't know if you've ever watched Keegan, but this guy is OCD more than anything in the world. He's focused on the tournament. He wants to be a player coach.
I know. I'm just he might be considering the back end of the U.S. team. He might be
so gross
at this point.
Ole. That's all I'll say. I think I already laid 2 football bets.
Okay. Do you like Big Shot Bob this week, Bob McIntyre?
I don't know. I saw something in the Discord about him, but no, I don't think so.
I don't totally get it.
I don't either.
I mean, I guess this is my take. I think if he's low owned in DFS, he obviously has a ton of. I respect his talent. So low owned.
Well, that's
DFS,
the thing you have
fine.
to. That's the thing you have to think about when we look at our Discord. 90% is fucking DFS. So they're talking about.
I get it.
Right. So.
Right. I'm thinking more betting, and I did, and I'm always revolting against takes that I see like this is the one I saw that, well, he's good at Rory courses, so he must be good here, which how many times?
Ryan Palmer, baby.
Yeah, like that's like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from Ryan Palmer courses or John Rahm courses. I mean, look, like I can say, why don't you like Chris Kirk this week? He's won at TPC Boston and PGA National. Rory's one of both those guys. There we go. I just made that comparison right there.
That is a fucking. We need to use that more often.
Look, I'm always hesitant anytime I hear something like that of comparing a generational top tier historical player to a good player and then assuming that the good players can be good the same places. So, and honestly, looking at his specs, like he's good, he's fine, but like I don't have a lot of great course history in some of like these big boy golf courses. No. So other than like Augusta.
All right.
So
I'm good. Pepe's asking about Akshay. What do you think about Akshay? That's tough too, right?
I don't know. Just like I guess I don't know, like he's good at what? Like the shorter courses like Sawgrass and Travelers and Rock and Mortgage.
Coastal courses. Yeah, coastal courses.
Yeah, I mean, this is very I'm trying to think if there's any body of water near them. There really isn't.
There is
so no.
No,
this is the betting show, and like that's just you can't bet everybody. It's not my radar.
No, you can't. Like I'm not. If we do this, we'll end up talking about 15 guys in the top 20, and I've done that drunken one night. I've had 11 top 20 bets. I'm like, oh, I wake up the next day. I'm like, hey, oh, way to go! I think I'm calling this entire tournament correctly. Good job, asshole. Just
all right, why don't we know like some?
I want you to talk about JJ Spaun. I like your.
Okay. All right, so. Apparently he's chalking DFS, and I don't understand that. I don't know. I saw Andy's projection ownership. He had him at 9%. I'm like, that's kind of high.
Did he? Oh, I thought, man.
Look, so his career on the like longer big boy golf courses isn't all that good, but he's been good here at Quail Hollow. He's got 2 top 30 finishes, and this is when he wasn't actually driving all that great. He's picked up some distance this year. He pops it a lot more off the tee than you think. He's averaging 305 this year off the tee. He's actually driving it really good the last couple tournaments.
Yep.
Really good from over 150. Good putter.
I love when you texted me that and I dug into it. I was like, holy fuck, this is like, this is. I mean, we can make some money on this.
He's got what he's doing right now. He has the tools to do well here. I mean, obviously he has done well here, but like stepping that up to like a PGA Championship setup, stepping that up to like a big boy golf course, like adequate length, good long iron play. He's won on an overseed hybrid tip eagle course with Valero. He putt well at Sawgrass recently. Like the putting concerns, I don't have any for him on the surface. Obviously, around the green is sketchy.
Don't leave it short though. Don't let us get that meme.
Yeah, so I got a top 40 on him at plus. What I get the price? Oh, I mean, like this is just low expectation.
How about the top 20?
Okay, so I'm on him at top 40 plus 140. You can get top 20. What, like 4?
No, I got it.
Plus 450.
I got it from the criminals. The criminals. So
okay,
it was plus 375.
Oh, okay,
but no dead heat.
Okay, I mean, I think Spaun, given what he's doing on paper, can thrive in this setup, despite not having good like comp course stuff. Because I think he's just a better player now.
Yes, I agree.
So,
all right. So let me hit you with a couple. So we'll hit some guys who are like lightning rods. Will Zalatoris.
As good of a call I had about Bryson 24-1 in December, that the yang to that is Will Zalatoris 100-1 at Oakmont.
Yeah, no bueno.
This is a betting card. No one is putting a gun to your head and saying you have to make a contract with a sportsbook to have him on your card. You don't have to do that.
No.
So
all right,
I'm out on him.
All right, we're about Rasmus and Scam Young. And let's go even Jaeger. Fucking so we're 200 deep. No, not to win, but like top 20s or anything like that. You like
I'm in on Jaeger. Iron play has been decent. He's shown on longer courses like Torrey Pines, Vedanta Vallarta, Memorial.
He's another motherfucker who can't putt on Sunday though.
No, he can't. But he's got the adequate length, and I bet him a top 40 at plus 190.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
So you don't like Scam Young or Rasmus?
Rasmus, I'm just staying away from the Hoy guards. Unless I'm betting both of them, I'm staying away.
Maybe we just bet both and call it a day.
I don't want to do that because they both could be idiots this week. And as far as Cam Young goes, no one is forcing me to bet Cam Young. So I'm trying to avoid just like it. Like I obviously am targeting length, but I want to make sure you're actually good at golf. And I'm not sure if Cam Young is actually good at golf anymore.
I think I'm gonna. I listen. I'm a Cam Young guy who says he's never ever gonna win. Been on that forever. However, RB is a very, very smart guy. He has hit multiple winners in the same week, multiple times this year, and I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna ride with RB this week. I think I'm gonna throw an outright on and maybe a little top 20 for Scam Young.
Did you see that video that he? Do you see that video they posted from SVP?
With Van Pelt? Van Pelt? Yeah, it was great.
The look on that guy's face, I was like, that's what I look like when I'm pressed on why I bet Patrick Cantlay. Like, I'm not sure. I may have bet Patrick Cantlay 38 times and with $0 as well.
Bet Patrick Cantlay 38 times. You swore him off. I'm never going to bet him for the next year. And I'm like, Steve, it's been fucking 3 weeks. You said you wouldn't bet him again. But listen, this is going to be different this time.
And it wasn't. I am officially. Was it off the wagon when you fall off? Yeah, I'm off the wagon. So
no, yeah, off the wagon. On the wagon.
I have fallen off the wagon hard. On that,
you've never been on the wagon, Steve.
On that lip liquor. So
you've gotten like a 10-day. You've gotten like a 10-day token. That's all right.
I also took Harris English top 40 plus 150 again. Just long irons contest, long course. Yeah, like
he looks so ridiculous in real life, though. He looks like a cartoon character.
Of course he does, but just give me some results, man. Good putting on these types of surfaces too. So that's enough for me for a top 40.
What about Gary?
Plus odds.
What about Gary?
Yeah, I can't bet everybody.
Oh, good course history, long off the box.
I get it. Listen, you're speaking my buddy Jay's language. He loves Gary Woodland. Okay, so maybe I'll connect you two if you want to sell him. He doesn't text me when I'm betting, so I can text Jay.
Jay.
Fine. Okay. After that, though, look, this is a betting show. Like, I'm talking about position. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of guys past like Harris English 201, like everything. Like, I'm not betting these guys. It's a major, and like, you know,
I like Sam Stevens top 20 at fucking.
Yeah, a lot of people like Sam Stevens. I don't hate the Sam Stevens.
Wait, who likes Sam Stevens? Wait, time out. People like Sam Stevens?
I saw his name a lot today.
I saw Colley's name a lot today.
Yeah, Bomber did well at Torrey Pines. So
yeah, motherfucker parred every hole at Pebble. Didn't birdie.
Patrick Rogers possibly because he finished like second way back in the day. Did well at Torrey. Like okay,
he's a dirty Canuck.
Carl Phillips at all? Just long irons and distance?
I don't know. I'm good.
You don't know who that is? Oh man,
I know who it is.
No, with a baseball.
No, I said I know who it is. I said I know. I said no, thanks. I'll pass.
Okay. All right. That's really about
it. What about the Chikara guy people are talking about? Chikara.
Chikara?
Yeah, talk to me about Chikara.
Love Chikara. But yeah,
top Spaniard 7-1.
No.
No?
No, you got to I think he'll beat Sergio this week, but there's David Puig, you got Rom, like
Puig stinks. Puig, the guy who's supposed to be awesome, doesn't even win at Live. He stinks.
Okay.
Has he won Live?
I don't agree with that take, but
has he won Live?
No, he hasn't won Live.
So he stinks.
Okay. All right. Great.
He plays 50 guys. 10 of them are fucking over the hill. 10 other ones don't care. 5 other ones are high. So he's playing 20 guys a week, and he can't beat them. And he's supposed to be some generational talent. Eat my ass.
All right. I think we're done talking about players. Do you have any tournament props? There's not a lot of fun ones.
No,
like nationalities or anything?
So nationality, actually, Dane, Rasmus, 3-1.
Okay.
And then Hughes, 4-1 for top Canadian.
Okay. All right. This is a perk to be on a Discord. I was on this very early the last 2 days. DraftKings was hanging a under winning score prop of 273.5, which is minus 10.5.
Okay.
Like that's a little high. This should be probably a little lower. I saw another book, Jeff Sherman, then opened at 270.5 and knew this bet was good. Bet online over 271.5. I end up doubling down on the 273.5. So that I am under 273.5. It is right now sitting at like 271.5. You can actually, let me just pull this up.
So if you
wanted to, what's that?
You got 2 shots CLV?
Yes, I have 2 shots. So at plus 105, by the way. So you can actually arbitrage this right now.
Steve, nobody who listens to this has enough money for arbitrage to make sense.
Okay. Well, so on DraftKings, you can go over 271.5 at plus 115. And at Bet Online, you can go under 271.5 at plus 135.
That's fine. Can I actually address that? Because I've actually seen that on Golf Tour. Like, you can arbitrage stuff. So when you arbitrage things, you need like to make it make sense.
Yeah,
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No, I know. Side. Like if you have that cash and you want to actually make some you technically can make some money off that.
Correct. And it's just annoying when I'll see somebody be like, "Oh, you can arbitrage this." So like, "Oh, can you from 112 to minus 112 to minus 105? Can you really? How many hundreds of thousands of dollars did you put on that to make it make sense?"
I understand. I'm just pointing out a simple fact, sir. In case there is some whale that happens to listen to a free golf podcast. Okay,
Steve, you've listened to sports radio for a very long time. I am yelling against a straw man that doesn't exist.
Probably not. So as far as the actual line goes, I still think because 271.5 would be minus 12.5, so minus 13 cashes. I'm of the belief that this is just a harder version of the Wells Fargo. And what we have seen the last 2 years is a group of guys. Like, this isn't me thinking the winning score is going to be like mid-teens or so. Isn't like Valhalla last year where just everybody gets there. This is more along the lines of there's going to be a cluster of like maybe 2, 3, or 4 guys that break away, separate, and they get up to that range. And it only takes one. So I would still lean under 271.5 if I have not bet this yet. And at Bet Online, you can get that plus 135.
Oh, you get plus money too?
Yeah. Yeah. I think 13, at least 13 is going to get it done.
I mean, it makes sense based on everything we talked about.
Yeah. It looks like there might be some wind on Saturday. Otherwise, though, not too bad.
Somebody's going to come out on Thursday and shoot a 7 or 8 under. So that's the bar, right? So how much farther are we getting from 7 or 8 under?
Yeah. Well, also, too, like, so the winning score at Oak Hill was 271. And like, before you say, well, that was a par 70 versus a par 71.
Yeah, no. Way harder setup.
Well, yeah, Oak Hill was way harder. And if number 6 played like plus 4.6 on the week. So if you just make that a par 5, which it basically was playing a par 5 the entire week,
like smashing that number.
You're thinking that the winning score is going to be higher here than Oak Hill, like one of the harder setups we've seen. Like no
fucking shot.
No. So I still like under 271.5 just based on that logic.
All right. Just last comment in was friend Dunker. I've had Matt Fitzpatrick for a top 10.
You want to put the comment up? Do you want to talk about how much you love Matthew Fitzpatrick?
I don't know if he knows how much Matthew Fitzpatrick. He sucks. He didn't vacation here as a kid. He's not going to win. He's not.
Well, I mean, all right. So he's British, right? And they call this the Queen City. So
the Queen City. Is that what they call it?
Isn't Charlotte the Queen City? No, you know what? That's Cincinnati. Never mind. Queen City is Cincinnati.
No.
I think there's a Queen's.
Nobody calls Charlotte anything. Charlotte. No, I have a layover in Charlotte.
I think there's a Queen's College. I think there's a Queen's College in Charlotte. That's where I get confused.
Charlotte has a great airport, which you have to connect to at all times when you're flying up and down the East Coast. They have a bunch of rocking chairs. That's fun, I guess. Other than that, Charlotte sucks.
Okay. All right. We're going to end the show on that. So.
All right. Come find us on the Discord, being ISN Insider. Great time. Good stuff. We'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll recap the PGA. We will talk about Colonial. I like Colonial, so I'm happy to talk about it.
Is Colonial an elevated event this year?
No, they're never going to elevate that thing.
Thank God. All right.
No, because Memorial's the next week. That's elevated, so can't steal Jack's thunder.
why do they don't even have, that's the thing that's so stupid. They don't have to elevate that because people are still going to complain because it's Jack's place. It's so stupid. This company is so
save the takes. We're running late. It's hour 15.
All right. Listen, anybody who's still listening is still listening, so it's fine. Anyway, yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Let's break them books. I guess I'm going Rory single bullet. So
I can't believe you're cashing this out.
I can't. Everybody.
No, we're taking this conversation offline, sir. We're not spending our 20 minutes with you in the psychiatrist's chair. Okay.
All right. Talk to you guys on Sunday and girls if anybody's listening. Goodbye.